As far as Trackmania goes, I've always been a for fun player, meaning I'm not that great at sheer racing and raw pace, but rather enjoy messing around with the game's weird physics and mechanics. And while I have pretty much learned all the main bugs and tricks in the game, there's one trick that I've always struggled with. In this video, I'll tell you a short story about how I overcame one of my biggest curses in Trackmania, the Uber bug. Let's start off with the basics. What is a Uber bug and what makes it so random and hard to pull off correctly? Well, a Uber bug happens when you make your car bug slide into a block. When you're bug sliding, the game is already miscalculating your speed, making you take a sharp turn in a fraction of a second. Now, if you collide with something while you're bug sliding, chances are your car will just end up flying into outer space. But this is by no means guaranteed. To perform a Uber bug, your front wheels must be in a very specific spot as a collision occurs. If they are too high, you'll just end up bouncing straight forward, and if they're too low, usually nothing really happens. And now you may be questioning yourself, why in the first place would I want to get a Uber bug so badly? Well, it all started about 6 months ago, when I was playing on a server called the Khaki server, which is a place where people get together to play really hard maps that require you to execute insane tricks. And I paired myself with this map called Cackiest Khaki -39. At first I wasn't really understanding what was going on, but as soon as I saw what the goal of the map was, I immediately thought it would be really fun and challenging to try and finish it. To finish this map, you need to get a Uber bug on this roadblock, which, with enough luck, will fly you 100 meters in the air and land you on this blue wall. You then have to take some speed on the blue wall, get a very precise jump on this tilted block, and land in the finish. It seems completely unrealistic, but it really isn't. In fact, over 40 people had finished the map. But how? When I started playing the map, I had no idea of how to correctly execute the bug. I kind of just went for it, and of course it didn't work. After many attempts, I was still getting nowhere near close to what I wanted to achieve. And I really didn't know why. In my head, I was just getting unlucky. And after about 10 hours of trying to finish the map, I decided to take a long break and stop playing it for good. But even after quitting, the map still lived rent-free in my thoughts. I couldn't play the game without thinking of the time I spent on that one track to simply just quit. And I couldn't let that happen. So I decided to go back and actually try to learn something from my mistakes. And after some time, I was actually getting better and better at it. I was finally getting my first Uber bugs. But still, they would usually fall very short and never went any close to the blue wall. But on the 28th of May 2021, everything would change. I was casually playing the map when suddenly In case you didn't understand what just happened, in Trackmania, most online servers have a timer, and when that timer runs out, you go to the next track in the queue. And I managed to land on the blue wall for the first time ever, with 12 seconds left. Not nearly enough time to drive the second half of the map. I could not believe what had just happened. It was so unlucky that I uploaded the clip on YouTube and it blew up for some reason. And this only gave me more motivation to try to finish the track. I was gonna finish it. I went rounds and rounds and rounds and hours with only 2 Uber bug attempts. One of them fell just a bit too short, and the other one, well, I don't want to talk about it. And none of those 2 attempts made me quit. I was actually determined to finish the map. And some days after, I finally landed. Oh! Please! Yes! Okay, let's go. This was probably one of the saddest attempts I've had at any map in Trackmania. I was so close but ended up so far. And the worst part is, it was entirely not my fault. I got a weird bug in the jumping block that made me fall too short. It was like the game didn't want me to finish. I was actually 100% getting unlucky. But this failed attempt only proved that I was actually able to do it. I could finish the map. And after countless hours of trying, this happened.
I ain't been up on the block in a minute. I been missing out the walk with the minute. I been building up the blocks like a minute. Elliot got water dripping out the city. Oh my god, boy he got his Glock. Oh my god, boy that boy on top.
Please? Yes! Woo! Holy shit. Oh, let's fucking go. While this may not seem like a big achievement to some, to me it was like beating a boss from Dark Souls. It was a huge sense of relief and accomplishment, as I finally felt that the time I spent was not in vain. And this just comes to show that if you want something hard enough and work for it, you can still be insanely unlucky and never make it. But I actually got lucky, so I made it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and comment. It helps with the algorithm, and reading feedback really makes me happy. I also want to thank everyone for the insane support lately. We have doubled the amount of subscribers in less than a week, and that is absolutely insane. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.